This film starts by showing Chuck that he was shocked to see that the luxurious bungalow which he had bought by paying a huge amount is leaking rainwater. He immediately took a picture of this thing and sent it to the property agent, and he started cursing him inwardly. After this, he went to his wife Maria's studio to check if water was leaking there too. His wife Maria is a fashion designer and was hosting a live session at this time, and she was sharing her experience in fashion design. Luckily, her studio was completely dry. Then Chuck's eyes fell on an old modeling dummy positioning in the corner of the room. His wife liked it so much that she brought it with her to the new bungalow. After this, he went outside the bungalow to check if there was any issue outside as well. Then his neighbor came to Chuck. He was surprised that how did this bungalow get sold? The neighbor revealed the secret while talking that the old owner of the house had taken his own life in this house. Hearing this, Chuck was completely shocked because the property agent did not give him this information. Then he came back and started looking at the pictures of the leakage again. Then he notices a shotgun in one of the pictures. Although there was no weapon in his house, he gets confused as to where this gun came from. But the strange occurrences did not stop here. The next morning when he was walking in the garden of the bungalow, he noticed the modeling dummy of his wife, which was oddly positioned in the garden. Then the neighbor came again and started looking into the whole matter. Chuck suspected that this could be the mischief of his sister because a few months ago, due to the death of their mother in an accident, his sister's mental condition had slightly worsened. Then the neighbor advises Chuck to pay attention to his sister's mental condition. Along with this, he also suggests him to go to the nearby library and read the history of this area. He also invites him to come to a meeting of a local group. In the afternoon, Chuck went to the library, and after flipping through the books, he finds a book in detailing a deep history of this small village. As he started leaving, he saw that some books are lying on the floor, and he also sees a crying girl who warns him not to take so much interest in the secrets of this place, or else the consequences can be catastrophic. But Chuck ignores her, believing she is mad, and he reaches the library counter with the books. When the library clerk saw the books, his eyes were wide open. He immediately warned Chuck not to search for this special area because no one has been able to uncover these secrets till now. Chuck says that I did not think anything like this, I just want to understand the history. He also talks about the crying girl and the books scattered on the floor. The library clerk suddenly became serious, and he immediately leaves from there. Then Chuck also returns home quietly. After coming home, he started reading books which were related to a secret conference of 1980. Then suddenly the doorbell rang. One of his students was standing outside the door who had come to take music class. Chuck was a music teacher, and today his student came to learn music for the first time. In the beginning, the student was getting very nervous. Then Chuck went to take water from the kitchen, so that her mood could be slightly improved. But then suddenly the piano melody started echoing in the whole room. It seemed as if it was a professional performance. Chuck was shocked because when he looked back, the student was standing at the kitchen door. Seeing this, both of them are very surprised. When Chuck came back towards the piano, everything had become quiet and the woman about whom the student had told was not found. She got very scared seeing this and immediately ran away from there. At night, Chuck was alone because his wife had gone out of the house for office work. That is why he went to attend the garden club meeting informed by the neighbor. There was a discussion going on, a very critical topic which people of this village usually do not even like to talk about. There were only 6 people in the meeting. When Chuck notices that the library clerk has also come here, they were talking about a girl named Helen Foster who recently tried to end her own life. The library clerk tells that all this is reminding me of that old incident that happened in 1980. When a woman named Helen took her own life, her daughter was constantly being harassed in school, and no one came forward to help her. Then in anger and sorrow, Helen shot herself in her own house. Since then, a mysterious death occurs every year in this village. People believe that all this is happening because of Helen's spirit. They believe that no one is able to search Helen's house anymore. Things will not settle until her truth is revealed. The meeting was gradually taking the disturbing turn. So it was decided to end it, but as soon as Chuck came out, he heard a woman laughing from the old church nearby. He came home terrified and went to his sister Isabel's room. Isabel had still not come out of the grief of her mother's death, and she often had nightmares in which she used to dream of her mother again and again. Whenever this happened, she would come to Chuck and tell him about her fear to unburden herself. This evening, Isabel's school friend came to their house to meet Isabel. He had lived in this village since childhood, and he was informed about many dark stories of this place. He told Isabel the whole story of Helen's death in great detail. At night, When Isabel was sleeping, the bathroom light turns on automatically. She gets up and switches off the light, but after a while it turned on again. She felt as if something is wrong with the switch. So, she removed the bulb and kept it on the side table of the bed. But as she tries to sleep again, strange things begin to happen. The mysterious things are not stopping at all. Next morning, when Isabel woke up, she sees that the sun has risen. At first, she was feeling as if it was a nightmare. But when she noticed the bulb on the side table of her bed, she realizes that whatever happened last night was all real. Isabel immediately tells this to her friend. Then she gets a call from her brother Chuck, who asks Isabel to come back home immediately. When Isabel reaches home, she sees that her sister-in-law Maria is very nervous. Actually, Maria was doing a live session in her studio a while ago when something strange happened. The hand of the dummy model behind her starts moving on its own. At the same time, her best friend, who was watching the live, immediately calls her. Then Maria feels that maybe she wants to question me about the bridal dress. That is why Maria sends a video after making and tells that the dress is already ready. But when she sits in front of the camera again, she left shocked because the dummy model disappeared from there. She did not realize at first that she was moving, and then her friend started sending message after message. Get out of the room right now. But Maria took these things lightly and continued her live session. After some time, when she went to show the dress of the dummy model, she noticed that dummy was no longer there. Suddenly, a loud sound burst from the nearby room. Maria was scared at first, but then she moved towards that room with fear. Then she realizes the dark truth of the dummy model. When Chuck knew all this, he came home without wasting time and they together set the dummy on fire. Chuck said that the previous owner of this bungalow has taken his own life here, so it is possible that some evil force is present here. It was decided that they will leave this bungalow. Isabel is told to pack all her things and shift to the college hostel. Then Isabel's friend also came to help her. Meanwhile, her friend noticed a picture hanging on the wall in which Isabel and her mother were together. He told Isabel a shocking thing that your mother does not look like the one you described. She looks completely different in the picture from how she really looks. Isabel was shocked and immediately told that my mother has died in an accident a few months back. Hearing this, her friend was also shocked because he had seen her mother walking around in the house some time back. Both were thinking about this confusion when they heard the sound of utensils falling in the kitchen downstairs. Both of them reached downstairs in a panic, but as soon as they reached downstairs, the atmosphere of the house had changed completely. The room had become unbearably cold, and the wind was also blowing strangely, almost like sobbing. His friend could not tolerate all this and goes out on some pretext. As soon as he went, Isabel heard someone whispering her name from behind. She looked back in fear but could not see anything. Then suddenly Maria came and started stopping her to inspect. But Isabel says that I will surely uncover this mystery. Then both of them ran to their respective rooms in a panic. After a while, a scream is heard from Maria's room. Isabel rushed to her. The door was slowly opening on its own. Maria was very scared. She comes into Isabel's room while crying. There was fear on her face and her nose is bleeding, but she herself was not aware what was happening to her. When the situation calmed down a bit, Isabel's friend returns. He had an old map in his hand. He told that by combining the planner book of 1923 and the current map of the city, I have found the correct location of a very old place. The name is 825 Forest Road, which is also the name of this story. Chuck had now decided that he himself will go and talk to the man who cheated on his wife. Isabel insists on accompanying him as well. Just then an agent comes outside who came to ask for help for an advertisement shoot. But Chuck had to go out immediately for that important work. Maria, whose condition was normal from before, stays to help the agent. Isabel felt something was wrong, that is why she asked her friend to stay with Maria while Chuck and Isabel together set out towards that old address, 825 Forest Road. On the way, Chuck said that if this turns out to be the same house, then I will set this house on fire, while Maria was helping the agent in the advertisement shoot. But suddenly the agent started speaking in some strange unknown language. On the other hand, Chuck and Isabel had now reached a ruined house. Passing through the dense forest, they came in after breaking the window and started looking for a sign resembling like a number. Isabel slowly went to the upper floor and sees that this mansion looks similar to Chuck's house from inside. Then someone's shadow passes behind her. At the same time, when Maria was at home, she suddenly started talking about the old incident of 1980. She says that my daughter was harassed badly in school. She asked for help from people many times, but no one extended a helping hand. Actually, the soul of that woman who had taken her own life, Helen, had completely possessed Maria. On the other hand, Chuck found a wooden box under the ground, in which there were many letters which were written to the school authority. These letters were written by the same woman, but all of them were returned. The address of her house was also written on the letter. Chuck discovers that the address of Old House, Woman's House and 825 Forest Road are the same place. This is the reason why the soul comes to this house, because it used to be hers once. When Chuck went upstairs in fear to take Isabel because they had to leave from here immediately, but Isabel was standing quietly at one place. On the other hand, Isabel's friend was also convinced that something mysterious is happening to Maria. He deliberately asked her the name of her daughter. Suddenly Maria started screaming and starts laughing like a mad woman. Eventually, everything became peaceful. Isabel's friend thought that the spirit had left. But Isabel's eyes remained wide open in shock there. An invisible hand had held her shoulders tightly. When Chuck saw this, he ran towards her and quickly tried to save Isabel. But suddenly some invisible force pulled both of them inside the old room. We come to know that the spirit of that woman, Helen's spirit, made Isabel and Chuck her prey and killed them. She is doing this to take revenge from the townspeople because at that time the townspeople did not help her at all, even if someone is innocent. Whoever comes to the town, his death is certain. Helen manipulates everyone differently before killing them. She will continue doing this until her mystery is solved and her soul gets peace. The story of the film also ends here with this horrifying ending.